If you're over 60, you've probably heard that high blood pressure is just part of getting older, something you should simply expect and accept. But here's the surprising truth. Hypertension isn't an inevitable sentence, and managing it doesn't have to rely solely on medication. Millions of seniors around the world take daily pills for their blood pressure, often dealing with uncomfortable side effects and wondering if there could be a better way. Maybe you're one of them, hoping to regain control of your health without relying exclusively on pharmaceuticals. The good news is that scientific research strongly supports simple, practical lifestyle changes that can dramatically reduce high blood pressure. These aren't magic cures or overnight miracles, just small, consistent adjustments that your body will thank you for. And when done correctly, these strategies can be just as effective as medication for many people, sometimes even allowing you to reduce the dosage or frequency of your pills under medical supervision. In today's video, we'll explore 7 evidence-based recommendations that you can start implementing immediately. You'll discover simple ways to reduce salt intake without compromising on taste, powerful nutrients that naturally balance your blood pressure, gentle and effective daily movements that improve cardiovascular health, stress management techniques that have proven effects on hypertension, tips for improving sleep quality, an underrated factor in managing blood pressure, surprising functional foods with strong scientific backing for naturally lowering your blood pressure. Stay with me for the entire video because each recommendation builds on the last, creating a powerful toolkit for reclaiming your health. By the end, you'll not only understand your hypertension better, you'll have clear, actionable steps you can take immediately to feel healthier, more energetic, and more in control. Let's begin with one of the most impactful, yet easiest to overlook, lifestyle changes, cutting back on salt. Most people associate salt with the shaker on the dinner table, but the real danger often hides in processed and packaged foods. In fact, more than 70% of the sodium consumed by adults in the US doesn't come from what they add during cooking or at the table. It comes from restaurant meals, deli meats, canned soups, salad dressings, frozen dinners, and snacks. Why is this important? Because sodium pulls water into your bloodstream, increasing the volume of blood and making your heart work harder to pump it, which directly raises your blood pressure. For older adults, this effect is often even more pronounced due to age-related changes in kidney function and blood vessel elasticity. But the good news is that even modest reductions in sodium intake can produce measurable improvements. Studies show that reducing daily sodium to about 1,500 million, roughly 2/3 of a teaspoon of table salt, can lower systolic blood pressure by 5 to 7 milliliters in many people. That's nearly the same impact as some blood pressure medications. So, how can you cut back without feeling deprived? Start by reading labels carefully. Look for low-sodium versions of your favorite products, especially soups, sauces, broths, and frozen meals. A good rule of thumb: aim for products with less than 150 mg of sodium per serving. Next, get creative in the kitchen. Use herbs and spices to flavor your meals instead of reaching for the salt shaker. Garlic, rosemary, basil, oregano, cumin, smoked paprika, lemon juice and vinegar can transform bland dishes into flavorful ones. Fresh herbs not only enhance taste, they offer additional health benefits through antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties. Also, consider preparing more meals at home. When you cook from scratch, you control exactly how much salt goes into your food. Try seasoning your food after cooking. This allows you to use less while still satisfying your taste buds. And here's a tip many people overlook: your taste buds adapt. If you're used to salty foods, the first week or two may feel bland, but stick with it. Within a few weeks, you'll notice that your palate adjusts and you begin to appreciate the natural flavors of foods more. Cutting salt isn't about losing enjoyment, it's about gaining control. And this simple shift can be one of the most powerful tools in your blood pressure management journey. If sodium is the enemy of healthy blood pressure, then potassium is one of your best allies. This essential mineral plays a key role in helping your blood vessels relax and your kidneys flush out excess sodium, both critical actions for keeping blood pressure in check. Unfortunately, many older adults don't get nearly enough potassium in their diets. That's often because they eat fewer fresh fruits and vegetables, the primary sources of this nutrient, and more processed foods, which are low in potassium but high in sodium. This imbalance creates the perfect storm for hypertension. To thrive, but the science is clear, increasing potassium intake can significantly lower blood pressure, especially when combined with a reduction in salt. In fact, some studies show that boosting potassium may reduce systolic pressure by up to 5 mm in people with high blood pressure. A clinically meaningful improvement. So where can you find potassium-rich foods that are easy to incorporate into your daily routine? Start with fruits. Bananas, oranges, cantaloupe, and apricots are excellent sources. Then look at vegetables like sweet potatoes, spinach, tomatoes, and avocados, all rich in potassium and packed with other heart-healthy nutrients. Beans and legumes are another great option. Lentils, kidney beans, and white beans provide a powerful 1-2 punch of potassium and fiber. Even dairy products like low-fat yogurt and milk contribute potassium, as do nuts like almonds and pistachios. If you're concerned about how to get enough potassium without completely changing your diet, try these simple swaps. Replace regular potatoes with sweet potatoes. Add spinach or avocado to your sandwich instead of cheese. Snack on a banana or a handful of nuts instead of chips. However, one important note: if you have kidney disease or are taking certain medications like ACE inhibitors, too much potassium can be harmful. Always check with your doctor before making major dietary changes, especially if you have underlying health conditions. The bottom line? While most people think of lowering salt as the first dietary step to control blood pressure, increasing potassium is just as important, and sometimes even more effective when both are done together. And because potassium comes packaged in delicious, wholesome foods, this is one recommendation that can benefit your entire body, not just your blood pressure. It's no secret that exercise is good for your heart, but if you're over 60 and living with high blood pressure, the idea of intense workouts can feel intimidating or even risky. The good news? You don't need to hit the gym or run marathons to see real improvements. In fact, just 20 to 30 minutes of gentle, consistent movement each day can significantly lower blood pressure and strengthen your cardiovascular system. Let's start with the basics. How does movement help? When you move your body, your heart pumps more efficiently, your blood vessels expand and contract more smoothly, and your body becomes better at using oxygen. Over time, this reduces the pressure inside your arteries. According to the American Heart Association, regular physical activity can lower systolic blood pressure by 4 to 9 mm, similar to what some medications achieve. The key is consistency, not intensity. For many seniors, the safest and most effective form of exercise is walking. A brisk 30-minute walk 5 times a week is enough to produce measurable results. You can break it into shorter sessions, even 3 10-minute walks throughout the day count. Other excellent options include swimming or water aerobics, which are easy on the joints while providing full-body engagement. Tai Chi, a gentle martial art known for improving balance, coordination, and blood pressure. Chair exercises, which allow you to stay active even with mobility limitations. Dancing. Whether alone at home or in a group class, it's not just fun, it's therapeutic. If you haven't been active in a while, start small. Even standing up and walking around your home every hour is a great first step. Use technology to help. Fitness trackers, step counters, or simple reminders on your phone can keep you motivated and on schedule. One of the most overlooked benefits of movement is its ability to lower stress, another major contributor to high blood pressure. When you move your body, you release endorphins, reduce tension, and gain a greater sense of control and energy. And remember, it's never too late to start. Studies show that even seniors in their 70s and 80s who begin exercising can experience significant cardiovascular benefits. The most important thing is to choose activities you enjoy, so they become a natural part of your day, not a chore. Movement isn't about pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's about giving your heart and your whole body a little love. Each day, start where you are, go at your own pace, and trust that each step adds up to something powerful. Even if you never touch the salt shaker, you might still be consuming more sodium than you think. That's because the real sodium overload often comes from one sneaky source: ultra-processed foods. Ultra-processed foods are items that have been heavily manufactured and contain long lists of ingredients you wouldn't use in your own kitchen. These include ready-to-eat meals, processed meats, packaged snacks, sweetened breakfast cereals, instant noodles, and even seemingly healthy items like flavored yogurts or low-fat frozen meals. Why are these foods a problem for your blood pressure? It's not just about the salt. Ultra-processed foods often contain a dangerous mix of sodium, added sugars, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives, all of which can negatively impact your cardiovascular system. Sodium is used as a preservative and flavor enhancer, meaning it's hiding in places you wouldn't expect, like bread, salad dressings, and canned vegetables. One study published in the British Medical Journal found that people who consumed the most ultra-processed foods had a significantly higher risk of hypertension, even after adjusting for other lifestyle factors. These foods are designed to be hyperpalatable, easy to overeat, and they often replace more nutritious, whole food options in your diet. So what can you do? Start by focusing on real, minimally processed foods, the kind that don't need a long ingredient list. Fresh vegetables and fruits, whole grains like brown rice and oats, legumes, lean protein such as chicken or fish, and healthy fats like olive oil and avocado should make up the core of your meals. When buying packaged items, get into the habit of reading labels. If a food item has more than 5 ingredients, especially ones you can't pronounce, it's likely ultra-processed. Look out for words like hydrolyzed, maltodextrin, monosodium glutamate, MSG, and partially hydrogenated. Cooking more meals at home also helps you control the quality of what you eat. It may seem like more work at first, but simple recipes with a few fresh ingredients are often quicker and far healthier than pre-packaged alternatives. Even small changes, like swapping a microwave meal for a salad with grilled chicken, can make a big difference over time. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about awareness. Reducing ultra-processed foods in your diet doesn't mean giving up all convenience. It means making smarter choices that protect your heart, support your blood pressure, and help you feel better every day. By focusing on whole, nutrient-dense foods, you're not just avoiding hidden sodium, you're giving your body the fuel it needs to thrive. When we think about high blood pressure, we usually focus on diet, exercise, and medication, but there's another powerful and often underestimated factor that can drive your numbers up: stress. Chronic stress doesn't just make you feel tense. It activates your body's fight-or-flight response, increasing levels of adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones make your heart beat faster, your blood vessels constrict, and your blood pressure rise. If this happens occasionally, it's not a big deal. But when stress is constant, even low-grade background stress, it can keep your blood pressure elevated over time. For seniors, stress can come from many places: health issues, loss of loved ones, financial concerns, loneliness, or even the pressure of caregiving. And while we can't eliminate all sources of stress, we can change how we respond to them. One of the simplest and most effective tools is deep breathing. Taking slow, controlled breaths signals to your nervous system that it's safe to relax. Try this. Inhale deeply for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Just 5 minutes of this practice a few times a day can reduce tension and support blood pressure control. Other evidence-based techniques include progressive muscle relaxation, slowly tensing and relaxing different muscle groups, guided imagery or visualization, imagining a peaceful scene or memory, mindfulness meditation, staying present and aware without judgment, gratitude journaling, writing down things you're thankful for each day, gentle stretching or yoga, combining movement and breath to calm the body. Social connection is also a powerful stress reliever. Talking to a friend, joining a community group, or even engaging in a hobby with others can provide emotional support and purpose. Human connection has been shown to lower blood pressure and improve overall health outcomes. Finally, don't underestimate the power of routine. Creating a calming daily rhythm, like having tea in the morning, taking a walk after dinner, or listening to soothing music before bed, can build resilience against everyday stress. You don't need to meditate for an hour a day or become a Zen master. Just a few small changes can train your body and mind to handle life's challenges more peacefully and keep your blood pressure in check while doing it. Sleep is more than rest. It's a reset button for your entire cardiovascular system. While you sleep, your blood pressure naturally dips, giving your heart and arteries a much-needed break. But for many older adults, especially those with high blood pressure, quality sleep becomes harder to achieve. Poor sleep, whether from insomnia, frequent waking, or conditions like sleep apnea, has been linked to elevated blood pressure, even in people who are otherwise healthy. In fact, research shows that sleeping fewer than 6 hours per night regularly can significantly raise your risk of hypertension. And if your sleep is fragmented or restless, your blood pressure may stay elevated throughout the night and into the next day. The good news is that improving sleep quality can help bring those numbers down, and many strategies are safe, natural, and accessible. Start with a consistent sleep schedule. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, even on weekends, helps regulate your internal clock. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep, which is the sweet spot for most older adults. Next, create a sleep-friendly environment. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Consider blackout curtains, earplugs, or a white noise machine. Reserve your bed for sleep only, not for watching TV, checking email, or scrolling through your phone. Wind down with a relaxing routine before bed. A warm bath, light reading, gentle stretching, or listening to calming music can signal to your body that it's time to rest. Avoid caffeine and heavy meals at least 3 hours before bedtime, and limit alcohol, which can disrupt deep sleep. Also, consider the timing of your medications. Some blood pressure meds can interfere with sleep when taken at night. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about the best time to take your prescriptions, and don't overlook sleep disorders. If you snore loudly, wake up gasping, or feel excessively tired during the day despite a full night in bed, talk to your doctor about the possibility of sleep apnea, a condition that's common in older adults and closely linked to hypertension. Improving sleep won't happen overnight, but every small change matters. Better rest means more energy, clearer thinking, and, yes, lower blood pressure. It's one of the quietest, most powerful tools you have to support your heart health. Sometimes, the most powerful medicine is found not in your pharmacy, but in your kitchen, Certain foods contain compounds that have a measurable impact on blood pressure, offering a natural way to support cardiovascular health. When included regularly in your diet, these functional foods can complement your lifestyle efforts and medication. Let's start with beets. Beets are rich in natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes and dilates blood vessels, helping to lower blood pressure. Drinking beetroot juice or roasting fresh beets a few times a week has been shown to reduce systolic blood pressure by 4 to 5 mmHg in some studies. Next up, garlic. Not only does garlic add flavor to your meals, it also contains allicin, a bioactive compound with vasodilating properties. Several clinical trials have shown that aged garlic extract can reduce blood pressure in people with hypertension, particularly when consumed regularly for more than 8 weeks. Dark chocolate or raw cacao is another surprising ally. High quality dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa content is rich in flavonoids, plant compounds that improve blood vessel flexibility. Just a small square a day has been linked to modest reductions in blood pressure, especially in people with pre-hypertension. Now, let's talk about hibiscus tea. This deep red herbal tea isn't just refreshing. It has diuretic and ACE-inhibiting properties similar to some blood pressure medications. Drinking 2 to 3 cups of hibiscus tea daily has been shown to reduce systolic blood pressure by an average of 7 mmHg. Other beneficial options include pomegranate juice, which contains antioxidants that improve arterial function. Leafy greens, like spinach and kale, packed with potassium and nitrates. Fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, rich in omega-3s that reduce inflammation and blood pressure. To make the most of these foods, consistency is key. 1 beet or 1 cup of tea won't work miracles, but building these into your weekly routine can have a cumulative effect over time. Try starting your day with hibiscus tea, using garlic in your cooking, adding steamed greens to lunch, and enjoying a piece of dark chocolate after dinner. These are small steps, but they're deeply rooted in science, and remember, more doesn't always mean better. While these foods are beneficial, balance is everything. Pair them with the other strategies we've discussed, like movement, stress management, and sleep, and you'll have a powerful natural toolkit to support your heart health. As always, talk to your doctor before making major dietary changes, especially if you're on blood pressure medication, since some foods can enhance the effect of your prescriptions. By now, you've seen that controlling high blood pressure doesn't have to rely solely on pills. From cutting back on salt and processed foods to moving your body daily, getting better sleep, and adding natural foods like beets and garlic to your meals, each of these strategies plays a role in restoring balance to your cardiovascular system. What's most important to remember is this: it's not about doing everything at once. It's about choosing 1 or 2 small changes that feel doable for you and sticking with them. Over time, those small steps lead to real transformation. The science is clear. Lifestyle changes can be just as powerful as medication for many people, especially when they're applied consistently. And the best part, these changes don't just lower your numbers. They help you feel better, more energy, better sleep, less anxiety, greater confidence in your health. Before you make any adjustments to your treatment plan, talk to your doctor, especially if you're on blood pressure medication. But know this, you have more power than you think. So here's your challenge. Pick one strategy from today's video and start it this week. Maybe it's replacing salt with herbs. Maybe it's a short walk after dinner. Maybe it's switching out processed snacks for potassium-rich foods. Whatever you choose, commit to it and see how your body responds. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and share it with someone who needs this information. And don't forget to subscribe. We release practical, science-based health tips every week, designed specifically for people over 60. Take care of your heart, and it will take care of you. See you in the next video.